Hello, this is Jill with Om Shanti Healing. In this video, we're going to be using a tennis ball, so you will need one of those, and clear space on the floor with a yoga mat for a little bit of cushion if you don't have any carpeting in your home. So we're going to work on tennis ball release for the adductors, and also we're going to use the tennis ball to release some tension along the ITT band. So to give you a visual, these are the adductor groups. So this woman's got her leg up, she's holding the foot. So right here, these muscles are the adductor muscles. So these attach to the sit bone of the pelvic floor and they come down to just below the knee joint and they attach there at the tendon end. So these muscles are stabilizer muscles. They aid in walking, squatting. They contract when the legs are being pulled together. So if you're a runner or a biker, these are oftentimes going to be very tight on you. They are pretty much tight and very fiery on everybody that I work on. But for those that are more athletic and up on their feet more often, they can be very problematic. So when these muscles are tight, they can certainly pull at the bottom of the pelvis and kind of tilt the pelvis out of alignment a little bit, which can contribute to pelvic floor pain, back pain, pelvic pain, pain down the inner thigh, and a sense of pulling at the knee joint. So we're going to use the tennis ball for a very quick, easy release in that area. So then after that, we're going to work on the ITT band. So I don't have it actually in this book that's in my office. I don't have it labeled. It doesn't explain the muscle, but you can see through here this white little stripe. That's that ITT band. We all have very tight ITT bands. Again, stabilizer muscles, right? It creates a smooth surface along the outer part of the thigh. It is active every time we're upright, when we're squatting, when we're lunging, and so forth. Again, running, walking, so forth. It's going to be tight for you. So we're going to use the ball in that area too to alleviate some pain there. I can warn you ahead of time that it's going to be a little intense. These two areas with touch tend to feel kind of fiery and hot. I can use the analogy of red hot pokers when you push into these areas with any sort of deep pressure. So all you're going to need to do with this technique is lay on your side with a tennis ball. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit so we can see the whole body. So typically we lay on our side with this one. I tell my folks to, prop up on your knee or on your elbow rather, or you can lay all the way down on your side. This is the lazy version of releasing adductors rather than using the roller. So I'm going to place the ball just above the knee joint and stack my legs very symmetrically so I have some good downward pressure. And you'll feel in there, as you push, you will start to feel the activation there as we apply some pressure. It's going to feel pretty fiery for you. So typically, with the weight of the upper leg, you're going to feel mostly the sensation in the lower leg, right? Because there's this downward force of the weight of your upper leg. So we want to keep that in mind and use the lower leg as far as extension and releasing this muscle. So you can certainly, if you're super hypersensitive, you can do the upper leg like so. But I typically say do the bottom leg because it's more pressure. If you can take it, and we just slowly stretch that leg out to straight. So as we're in here, you explore. You can shift your hips around to change the angle of the ball and move your knees a little bit. So you can roll that ball around, certainly, and get different spots. So I just straighten and I bend, and I can definitely feel that for sure. So you can see I can move my top knee forward a little bit, pin it into that spot I want, and then extend out on that bottom side. Okay? And bring it back in. find your next spot, either shifting the hips, moving that ball around, or manually taking it with your hand and sticking it into another spot. Now as you get more up the thigh, if your thighs are thinner, you're going to have to push a little bit harder to get more pressure. Just kind of gauge it in your body, how you feel it. So I'm squeezing, and then I'm going to send that leg out to full extension. So my bottom leg is reaching out all the way to straight. And then I'm bringing it back in. Good. And we try it again. So breathe through this. This can be very tender, as I have said. You can extend out and hold it, and then hold that leg straight on the bottom and squeeze a little bit more, and just hold single pressure. Kind of explore and see what your body is okay with. Bring it back in, shift around, find the next spot, squeeze, send that leg out to full extension, hold it there, couple deep breaths. So we address both sides, and you take your time with it, and you can go up this thigh as far as you can till you don't really feel a whole lot more. As we get up a little bit higher, you might have less sensation. You tend to have more sensation down where the tendon is, because it's going to be a lot more tight and compacted on that end. But maybe you feel a little fire up a little higher, and you can squeeze enough to get a good amount of pressure. So you extend the leg out and hold it. And squeeze. Good, and then bring it back in. Very nice. So, ITT band. So this is our ITT band. It comes down like this, and it's just very opposite to the inner part of the thigh. It comes down below the knee joint here. So it's very tight on most people. And we can feel through there by just a little palpation how tight you might be. So this is the same movement. We're going to put the ball on the outer part of the thigh and roll over. Again, bottom leg. So start at the top, and this top leg can just be off to the side if you want less pressure, or you can rest it on top to add a little bit more. Okay? So this bottom leg is going to straighten out. And we bring it in. Good. And we find a couple spots in here. Again, move that leg forward a little bit. Find your tender, triggery points, press into them, and send that leg out to full extension till you feel it squeeze through here. Okay. And then bring it down. Bring it down a few inches or just a little bit, kind of feel out where your next spot is, and send that leg out and bring it in. Good. So very simple technique. A lot less work than using a roller. And again, you can lay all the way down onto your side and do this and watch TV and work out these kinks in the inner and outer thigh. So I hope that helps. If you're local to Larimer County area, check out my website at omshantihealing.com, and you can look me up for massage, for energy healing, or for some private yoga instruction. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you very much. Namaste.